Welcome back, everyone. Going in the second half here of Drop Frames.
Too long.
Cool. Let's. You haven't seen any of this Nintendo Labo stuff?
Okay. Here's
you
what I
watched-
know about it.
Well, have you seen the trailer? Because if not, I'm gonna. Okay, we're gonna watch this in real time. Also, you're gonna notice that the video is swapped. Let's hopefully get around Nintendo claiming this shit.
Justin TV days, dude. This is how I watch South Park and Trailer Park Boys. Like,
Yeah.
just flip it.
Let's
No
just see what
copyright.
happens. I'm just gonna hit play on this. It doesn't really work without music though, but this is what they announced last week, and it's kind of
Oh, this is the Nintendo Garbo. Or
yeah, it's kind of a thing. Yeah, I don't know. You haven't seen this at all yet, Co, right? Okay. It works much better with the music.
I've seen very basic. Hold on, I just need to watch it.
Okay. All right. I'm really, I want to play music, but Nintendo's going to claim the fuck out of it, so I'm just not going to. Granted, there's no audio right now, so.
That looks like it'd take a while to build.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. We'll talk about it afterwards. So when she's hitting that, a note is playing. That one's a weird, I don't know about that one. Have you watched this trailer in full, Zeke?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's funny seeing like all the different. There's so many people like this looks stupid. Oh man, this looks so fun. I don't know about that. Just nonstop. We're also gonna let. Does it say the price in here, chat? I don't know if there's price, but that's an important thing to bring into the equation. That one's really fucking cool, I think. There's strings and stuff attached to his legs, his feet.
What does ECOM mean?
What? I don't know what it was.
He's saying backwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yelp.
right. Because you're watching it backwards.
I love
yeah.
y'all.
Yeah. That's for the most part it. I feel like this is Nintendo looking at all the VR stuff and all the like rock band stuff that's happened in the past several years and like expensive peripherals, and they're just like, what if we just took cardboard and made all this shit and then used the infrared on our fucking little controllers and made that somehow work with all of this? And that's their answer.
It's called Labo.
Yeah, Nintendo Labo. Labo. Like I guess it's their short laboratory. So here's the price. Oh wait, does not say the price? It's $79.99 for some games.
For literally just a stack of cardboard stencils.
Well, and the cartridges that come with it. But I think you can.
So how many games do you get?
I think there's 2 different packs, and each one has a different cartridge. I think. I'll go to their website real quick.
Okay. So as somebody who's seen that for the first time,
Yeah, give me some first
somebody
thoughts.
who's not the biggest Nintendo fan,
Yes.
that's brilliant.
Okay, thank God you're on the point.
That's absolutely
I knew
brilliant.
you'd say that because it's fucking brilliant.
And let me tell you one of the things. The first thing that I did when I looked at that is I said, this probably isn't for me, but Rowan is going to absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Like the idea that I could give my son something that he could potentially easily destroy and I could just order another one online or a new stencil, or the fact that he could not only have fun playing a game, but actually sitting down and creating the thing he's playing the game with. Maybe that'll give him a little bit of investment in it. Like I see so many positive things coming out of this. I have to say I'm a little surprised by the price. And I will say this though, I think it could be totally okay if they make if they sell the kit for $80 and then they sell like extra stencils for like 20. You know, like if as long as it's not going to be like $70, you know, if one of my little cardboard things breaks, as long as I don't have to spend $80 to get it back and I get a whole new set with 2 new games, It's totally cool. It'll be a little disappointing if that's not how it is. That being said, yeah, this is, dude. If there's one thing Nintendo is good at, it's innovating, and they've proved that over and over and over and over again. And this is just another example of them absolutely nailing it. Like that you could do so many amazing things with tech like this. I'm impressed.
That piano stuff kind of like, I think even that trailer is just a brilliant trailer, because the entire time you're thinking like, what the fuck why is there fucking cardboard? And they put the controller in there and then they hit the note, and granted the piano's not going to play music, but that's what's going to come out of the TV when you hit that note, because the controller's there. Like, that's fucking brilliant. That was such a cool trailer.
Yeah.
By the way, in chat, guys, it's never going to flip back. JP's going to keep it flipped the whole time, and that's so it doesn't get claimed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on purpose.
For the Nintendo stuff. Yeah. Sorry.
And don't forget, like, you're not
this is pointless to show.
You're not paying the money, like most of the money for the cardboard. You're paying for the game.
Yeah,
Like,
That's what I'm
that's-
saying.
That's the thing you can't get for free is the game. You can like immediately download all the fucking stencils you want, but you need the game in order to play those, like use the stencil.
Yeah, you can print the stencils. They said that they're going to be able to like give you the stencils themselves.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, I mean, in case you like step on it and like or gets wet or something like that and falls.
I'm trying to see
apart.
where they said that, just for clarification. But yeah, let me try to find that.
Because you have to think, like, okay, first of all, if you look at those cardboard stencils, those are pre-cut to exact specifications that the games are expecting. I don't think it's going to be as easy as just like printing out sheets, putting them over a flat piece of non-cardboard, and then like X-Acto knifing out the pieces. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think you're probably going to have to rebuy the pre-cut stencils from Nintendo. Maybe you can order them independently or something. But if they actually expect people to like just go find some cardboard and put a stencil over it and cut it out, I would be kind of surprised. Also, I feel like that would be Nintendo losing out on some money opportunity, to be honest.
Yeah, so there was a statement to put out that said the kits will not be mandatory. The cartridges needed. Nintendo plans to offer the cardboard design pattern for free for aspiring builders. And then later that day, there was an update that says Nintendo has since clarified its stance on additional cardboard design patterns. IGN France, which originally reported the support for such long-term feature, reports that Nintendo won't be providing additional cardboard patterns for those that wreck the originals that come packed with their Toy-Con set. So try to avoid getting them soggy. So
now, honestly, that's the thing. Like, cardboard is extremely fragile.
Yeah.
And especially if you're talking about the age range that I think will really be this will really be appealing to, like a younger kid, or like between maybe like 2 and 11. Like, they're going to destroy those things. I mean, you get it wet and it's destroyed. You know, so I don't know, man.
I mean, you bend it and it's destroyed. Like, and that's super malleable. So I don't know. We'll see. If anything, though, when I saw this, and I think a lot of people thought this, they immediately were like, "Oh yeah, these are like Legos, but not plastic, right?" And so it's kind of like Legos are pretty fucking expensive to begin with, and so I don't know.
They're also super strong though, and they last forever.
Yeah.
We all have our Lego sets from when we were kids.
Yeah.
Those controllers are going to be lucky to make it a month under use, to be honest.
Right. So
that's why I'm like
kind of wondering why.
Especially that one that you do this stuff with.
Yeah, the punching stuff. Yeah.
With all the cardboard that's moving around and the little cords scraping against it every time you move, it's cardboard, man.
Yeah.
Like that. If you use that controller every day, it's not going to last a month. Unless it's like some kind of super cardboard. But someone just brought up the really good point in chat. Pets.
Oh yeah, they're gonna just chew on it.
Dude, my puppy lives for ripping. He pulls cardboard boxes away from the wall and chews holes in them. Literally, he'll just on the side of a cardboard box until he can get a tooth in, and then he'll rip that out and start taking the side off. So, oh my lord, man.
I wonder.
Have you ever seen cats scratching things? There's cardboard inside a lot of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely the kind of thing where I feel like when I first saw this idea, it's a really good one. But the more I'm looking into it, the more I'm like,
we'll see.
Like, okay, like the concept of being able to make a temporary controller out of cheap materials is cool. But you alleviate that. The coolness factor quickly dissipates when you realize it's not really cheap materials. I'm going to have to spend more money for something that's not very sturdy. And then on top of that, it's like, why am I spending money on something that's just going to be super easily destroyed when I could, maybe spend a little bit more money and get something that I can't breathe on wrong and will get broken.
Right.
I don't know. Again, a lot of this is going to depend on how the implementation is done. And also, I'll tell you this right now. If they keep this current plan, there's going to be let's wait 3 months after this comes out and see what people are saying about their broken controller and how much money they need to spend. And the families like mine with small children who are going to be just destroying these things before they even know how to use them.
Totally.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's a good idea though.
There was a news report, I think the day after or 2 days after. So apparently Nintendo stock jumped 4% on the Tokyo Stock Exchange after the announcement. So investors are like, well, Nintendo's doing it again. We got to buy. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of with you. I think the test is, I would say a week after it's out, if those things are still not being constantly destroyed. Because that's what everyone's going to be.
And also, what's going to be interesting? The first time somebody is meticulously putting together their favorite controller they can't wait to try, and then they rip it somehow to where they can't even use it once.
Yeah.
And it's going to be because you see there's a lot of little folding and stuff that goes on there. I really wonder, are people going to be even what if they take it out of the box and it catches wrong or something? I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I'm trying to think if you could, someone in chat was like, could you laminate it? But the way that those pieces are interacting with one another, I don't know if you could plastic wrap them or something like that to keep them some sort of precaution to keep the cardboard pristine.
Problem is any change to it could affect functionality because those things are probably they're pre-cut and they're pre-cut to exact lengths.
You could plastic wrap it, saran wrap it. Because
you'd be crinkling the whole time. I don't know, man.
Yeah. It would also look really weird because then you couldn't clean it. The plastic would just have day-old kid residue.
The more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm kind of the idea is cool, but maybe you should have made some kind of pre-cut plastic thing or some tougher material. Maybe laminate them themselves so all the pieces were this is gonna be. I feel like this is gonna be bumpy. I feel like Nintendo's in for a bumpy ride with this. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's honestly what Nintendo does really well is take chances.
Yeah.
For every Game Boy, the highest or used to be the highest selling module of all time, there's a fucking Virtual Boy that is fucking garbage. For every Power Glove, there's another 3DS.
Yeah.
So I love the chances they're taking, and I think this is going to be a fucking awesome addition. I really do. I think it's geared exactly right for kids. Yeah. They're going to have so much fun putting it together with their folks. It's going to be great.
Now, see, that's the kind of thing. Someone in my chat just said, and of course we can't confirm this. This is early, but someone said you can buy replacements for $10. That's the kind of thing I think could save something like this.
Yeah.
To where it's if my son really liked one of these potential stencils, sure, I'll just drop $30-$40 and get a few backups and just leave them around. And it's cool when he breaks one or when it gets ruined, yay, we get to put another one together because he likes doing that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that I think could save a system like this pretty easily. So of course I can't confirm if that's right, but if it is, that'd be great.
Well, that's.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shit on the Power Glove. I apologize. My bad. I know there's some Power Glove religious people, and that still use it to this day with pinpoint accuracy, and I'm sorry.
Someone brought up a good point as well. People are having a problem people have problems building IKEA furniture. How are they going to handle this? I hope that's not super intricate. And some of that stuff had pulley systems in it for the robot ones. So
the robot one you could see
I don't know.
That one I don't feel was made for kids. That's
definitely the 10 and older or teen and older. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be cool. With that
and also,
said,
I can't wait to see the Rube Goldberg devices, people who are going to make awesome cardboard shit, whole bodysuits, not just a backpack, but an entire cardboard bodysuit, with the strings and shit attached with lights on it and stuff. I can't wait for the cosplay people to get in on this shit. I think it's gonna be great.
I can't wait until you have them all assembled in front of you, and only if you look in the specific angle and put them in the right ways can you actually form Lago Voltron.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's true. You're gonna get together with friends.
It's 5 lions into a big robot.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I'm just worried, like, have Nintendo said anything about other, like, first-party games for 2018? Because they're, like, last year was kind of they released a Mario game and a Zelda game in the same year. What do they do this year besides Labo? That's what I'm mostly worried about. Like, the console's got a shit ton of hype around it right now with all the indie games they're putting over there. With, like I said, Xenoblade, which is an okay third-party game, bordering on very good third-party game. Like, where do they go from here? I don't know.
That is saying Bayonetta 3, Kirby is in March. There's a Yoshi thing coming.
Okay.
Metroid.
Yeah, they got to do.
Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem has a new thing coming out too, doesn't it?
Okay, well that's first party.
Oh yeah, Fire Emblem because.
And folks are mentioning Metroid.
Oh, sorry.
They have something to do.
Is Metroid? Oh no, they did confirm that they're doing a new Metroid. That's right. Okay, all right.
Zeke, not a Fire Emblem fan?
I'm just kidding. I've
Yeah.
never played it, but I watch. I actually do. The funny thing is, it's one of my favorite speed runs to watch on like the GDQs.
Yeah.
Like I sit there for like however 2-3 hours and watch like every second of it. I'm just fucking because I know there's people who really love it, and I'm just fucking with those people.
There's also the Shin Megami Tensei 5 coming out, which is Persona like brother sister game or based off of. It's a Persona tie-in type deal, which you might be into, Zeke. Maybe it's more like feudal Japan though, I think, instead of like current day Japan. Well, cool. We'll see. I almost want to just get one of those only for like testing purposes and build it on stream and just see how like malleable that stuff is. But we shall see. That launches on 4/20, along with another popular game for parents and kids, God of War. You know, it's just a great family story. I did. That got a release date. Let's actually. I'll flip it back.
Adam and I had a good time talking about Kratos sex scenes.
Yeah, I know.
Like, press triangle to move boobs like this.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it for me. I'm doing a franchise playthrough before it comes out.
Oh, you haven't played any of the God of Wars?
None of
Dude,
them?
the only God of War I've ever played was on the PSP at one of my old jobs. That's it. I've never played a single God of War, so I'm actually going to play all the major ones for the first time ever before God of War 4, and then go into that. So,
yeah, I was looking at
we'll see how that goes.
the playtime of that stuff yesterday. It'd be like 31 hours roughly, is what I've seen. So I might. We'll see.
So in other words, the whole God of War franchise is going to be about a third of Persona. Okay, cool.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I played the first 3 God of Wars on the PlayStation, and I played part of one on the PSP. And they were straightforward action, fun, no thinky pains. You don't really have to think a whole lot. It's just hack up fucking everything you fucking see.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it seems like they're gonna go story deep on this one.
It does.
Like more so.
It really looks like they learned from other PlayStation titles like Last of Us, Uncharted. Like this trailer alone felt like I had more of a story emotional tie-in than any God of War. Yeah, this came out yesterday. This is their announcement trailer.
Oh.
Yeah. It felt like it had more story tie-in than like the entirety of the God of War series thus far. Because, I'm Kratos. I've died 70,000 times. I'm going to kill my dad. Blah, 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 blah. Like, that's Kratos in a nutshell. And in this one, he's like, well, I got a kid now. My wife died. This is serious stuff. So
I like it.
cool.
I like that they're taking a chance with the series because honestly, there's not much to the first games. It's more about action and some puzzling.
Yeah.
And yelling and masculinity, and I like that there's a heart that they're trying to put into this one, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I agree. There's a bunch of in a lot of the threads talking about the game, like it kind of seems like his son is since Kratos is a god, his son has godlike powers or is becoming a god as well, and you get to deal with that stuff. It seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I'm definitely interested in it. It's supposed to be 30 hours long, according to what the game devs have said as well. So,
Oh my God.
what's up?
Now, don't get me wrong, masculinity is fine. I mean, I think the series was ready for a different direction.
I think
I
everyone
love
agreed.
I love the first God of Wars. I love like the attitude and the play style, and I like the story. I like the hyper masculinity of it. I'm saying like I'm cool with the change for the series.
Zeke, quit mansplaining, please.
I'm sorry, mansplaining. I apologize.
What are you freaking out about, Co?
What am I freaking out about? I just found out my boy Teal'c is the voice of God of War 4.
Who is that? Who's Teal'c?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Tell me y'all watch Stargate, please.
Oh,
No. You mean StarCraft? The RT? Yeah, I've played StarCraft. The RT. No, is that a? I've never watched Stargate.
Over the last couple months, for the first time ever, I've been watching a show called Stargate SG-1, and one of the iconic characters in it is a guy played by Christopher Judge named Teal'c, who's actually an alien in the game. And he's the guy, if you've ever seen any Stargate stuff, he's the dude with the gold thing on his head.
Oh, okay.
That's Teal'c, and apparently he is the voice of Kratos.
Has he always been the voice?
I have no idea.
Huh.
But I know he's in God of War 4, and that's what I care about, because he's the man.
Yeah,
So,
that looks cool. I'm super excited for that. Was there any other bit of news that we want to talk about before we jump into Indie Sunday?
Zeke, that thing you talked about in the break.
Oh, you guys saw the I linked it in the Skype.
Yeah, I'll
I
bring it
didn't
up.
hear about this. You could start at the beginning, Zeke, because I know nothing about this.
No, it's just Amazon won a lawsuit against view botting of like I'm not sure if it's one or two view botting sites, but they kind of focus on one, and they're actually taking active action against people who sell live viewers.
Right, bots. Yeah, bot viewers, bots.
Oh yeah, man.
Man,
Yeah,
that's crazy. I've never even seen the site, but it's like they have part-time package for $27.90 or $26.99. 100 live viewers, 50 chatters, 100 followers, 500 views, 1 week, unlimited use. Mega Boss, 1,000 live viewers, 500 chatters, 1,000 followers, 5,000 channel views. That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
But this is something that I never looked into, but I'm not saying that if it was legal, I wouldn't have if I was just starting out, because man, anything to get a boost, and it's tempting. I mean, I don't know if I can truly blame people who want to like get a leg up, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's tough. There's no doubt about it.
But yeah, how much was the lawsuit for? It was
1.3 million.
It was like 1.5 million.
932 euros. Wow. They had, holy shit, they made $1.3 million. That's what they earned. She ordered the defendants to hand over $1.3 million earned via their enterprise and a further $55,000 of damages. That is insane.
This just in, 17 people actually watch Twitch.
Yeah, Jesus. That's so much money. What the fuck? Man, okay. Apparently, they also had a similar ruling in its favor against the owner of TwitchStarter.com, which was a Colorado-based bot service last March. So, that's a lot of money. Yeah. Jesus. I wonder how many, like... I don't know. I don't want to put this thought out there, but I wonder how many streams use this and didn't get caught and are now big streams that don't use this because of it.
There are channels that are still streaming today that actually, if you guys remember back in the day, there was like the big viewbot purge where you could basically go on Twitch the day after and you could clearly see exactly who had been viewbotting.
Yeah. It's great.
There are more than a few of those people that are still streaming.
It's kind of crazy to think about.
Well, and also like on some of their, if I'm not mistaken, on some of their websites, the viewbot service websites, it shows like actual Twitch channels of people like
people that use the
channel.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus. I'd be
dude. At one point, there was even one that had referrals, and it would just it would put X's for the amount of Twitch characters of the name. And there were people that would be like, yeah, I used this service and it got me my sub button, blah, blah, blah. It's a great service. It's the cheapest out there. Like,
Jesus.
I remember seeing that shit when it first came out.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, man. But I mean, here's the thing, and I find this kind of interesting. This has been happening for years.
Yeah.
Years. View botting has been a thing. And Twitch tried to handle it on the technical aspect. And that was actually what I was talking about, where like technically the day after this happened, you could clearly see from the viewers. But it's kind of interesting that Amazon then came along and was like, no. You handle this in the courts. It's just foot down. But yeah, it really sucks. View botting in general is one of the most cancerous things on Twitch. And it really is just absolutely terrible. So it's good to see this kind of stuff happen.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's performance enhancing drugs for sure.
yeah, the steroids of Twitch, exactly.
Mm-hmm. The biggest issue, man, is that every single person above a view botter, every single person, below a view botter is directly affected by them. And especially if that person is view botting to a first place position in a game,
could be
like
thousands.
That is, yeah. And not only are you potentially getting the people below you less viewers, you're taking their potential one opportunity at making it big. You're taking their luck. You're taking their chance.
Yep.
And it is a pretty terrible thing when you're like, let me just take all the potential you have. Let me just steal all that potential and just make it mine because I have a few extra bucks.
Yeah.
That's
shitty for sure.
Pretty shitty.
Some random tidbits of news. I just love reading stuff like this. Minecraft has now sold 144 million copies in its lifetime. So good for them. That's shit ton of
Take that, PUBG.
Yeah. Where you at, PUBG? Where's your fucking stats? What else? There's another one. Rust is leaving early access on the 8th of February. And its price increase is going from $20 to $35. There's been a lot of controversy, or at least a lot of community, let's say, feedback about that.
Well, here's something I really don't understand.
Yeah.
Now, I read about this too. As far as I understand, if you buy Rust now or have owned it at any point up until release, then you can get it for $20.
I think that's the
They're
case,
like warning people. They're telling people like, hey, want to save $15? Go ahead and get our game now because in a little bit it's going to be more expensive. I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird point to get outraged when it's like, well,
I think there's more to it.
You more now. You could just go buy it. But
I honestly think there's more to it because I know there's some people who are. I've heard people that are like really angry over the decision, and I'm just kind of wondering like, why though?
Yeah,
what's the?
That was a topical headline. Let's see.
Yeah, Rust is a huge. It's years old. Most of us probably already own it because we bought it at some point over the last 5 years.
Right.
At one point, it was $5 in a Humble Bundle.
Really? Jeez, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it was part of a really cheap Humble Bundle at some point. I don't know, but again, I don't have all the details obviously because I'm not mad about it. I think so. I don't know. I'm trying to read chat and find someone.
Yeah, I mean, the big quote that I saw a lot of people talking about was the developer said that, think of it more that we're leaving prototyping and entering alpha. Which is kind of a weird thing to say, leaving early access is leaving prototyping and entering alpha.
Well, to be fair though, like they went under, they basically, during their development, Rust changed engines, completely remade their game, essentially at one point, completely changed how it played at another. Like
that's true.
Rust is the definition of an early access game. They didn't even know what they were doing by the end of Rust Legacy, to the point where they scrapped pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
So it's undergone some pretty seriously upending development over its life cycle.
It's still pretty, like, it still has a high player count though, right? Like it's a pretty big game on Steam at least. I have no idea if there's not that much of a streaming community that I see around it, but
well, dude, it's been streamed into the ground, man. I mean, again, it's been out for what, 7 years?
Yeah.
And there are people that sometimes, I mean, hell, I've returned to Rust 4 or 5 times over the years. And I was in it, I think, one point during last year.
It says Jesus. It says that there's 6.5 million owners on Steam of Rust. And then with a plus or minus of 80,000 to that number. And then in the past 2 weeks, there's 690,000 players with a plus or minus of 26,000. So that's a decent amount. Came out December 11th, 2013. So if anything, they've already made their money. So it's kind of cool they're still working on the game, I guess. But I'm not active in that community, and neither are you two, so kind of hard to weigh in on that. But it seems like just buy it now if you're worried about the price hike. But another random factoid that came out: Stardew Valley is the most downloaded Switch title in 2017, which is kind of cool. When is that co-op stuff coming out, Code? Do you know? Do you have a lifeline on?
I think it's supposed to be in March, and not only is it co-op stuff, but they're apparently adding a bunch of stuff to the game. It was enough. They're adding enough to the game to where I pushed back my playthrough. I was going to do something this January, but apparently a bunch of new stuff's coming, like a new area and new things you can do, a bunch of bug fixes.
I missed it. What game?
Stardew
Valley.
Oh, okay.
I think co-op playthroughs are going to be a pretty big deal on Twitch in that first week or so. I think you'll see a lot of resurgence of that, just like you have with Subnautica, for sure. But
wouldn't that ruin like the whole zen of Stardew Valley? Like
to do what?
To do co-op?
The way that they do it is interesting because one character in the world is like the anchor. So one person decides when they go to sleep and when they get up and what they do and stuff like that. Like everything kind of revolves around one person, and then the other people are kind of like the help. So I was actually wondering the same thing you did. Like, can we just all go off and have our own games in the same world? That seems awkward. You'd miss stuff. It'd be weird. But from what I'm understanding, like major conversations can only be triggered by one person or if everyone's around. There's some kind of system to where everyone gets the information at the same time. Like, I think he's trying to make it as kind of a joined experience as he can. But we don't have a lot of details.
You get to play Morgana if you're the lead, telling people when to go to bed, when to get up.
You play the manager. That's right. You're the
can't do this, can't do that.
Yeah, but we'll have to see because a lot of this stuff has only been talked about yet. We haven't seen too much of the actual gameplay, so we'll have to see.
And then last thing before we get to the Indie Week with Zeke. Hey, Zeke, you should do that more often because Indie Week with Zeke it's great. It just rolls off the tongue.
It writes itself.
Yeah, it just writes itself. Twitch introduced something called the Video Producer. And Video Producer is a set of tools that enables creators to bring exciting community experiences Twitch is known for to produce videos. I'm going to roll this video because I haven't actually watched this yet. This is from their blog. It's 30 seconds long, so I don't want to miss a thing. I want you guys to see everything of this video. I think this includes like premieres, which is some of the stuff they talked about back at TwitchCon. I don't know what the fuck we're watching here, though.
I have to admit, this is a really weird video. I saw this.
What? Oh, this is like a hype thing. This is not like create premieres and reruns.
I think you'll probably have the same feedback I do when it's done. I'm curious to see if you do.
Well, I don't know what I just watched. It told me nothing about what that is. Technically.
The thing that it's trying to convey is that you're a YouTuber and it's more fun to debut your content via Twitch's video player with people watching the debut. That's what they're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really weird because the trailer shows the same people trying to perform with no one watching them, which is not what a YouTuber does.
Right.
And then it insinuates that if you use the video premiere system, that people will magically come watch you. So the thing that it wants you to see is it wants like a big YouTuber to watch this and go, oh, okay, like I see what you're doing. But the problem is if you look at this and you're just starting to stream or you've never streamed before, you look at that and as I talked to someone in my chat about, they looked at that and go, oh, is this a system to get viewers to your channel? Like it comes off as it's like, oh, you don't have an audience? Cool, use Video Premiere and you'll have one. And it's kind of like,
yeah.
I don't know. And then again, that just goes more into it's like, is it really an audience if it's all pre-recorded anyway? And then it's like, what's the point of it being live then? That's like going to a movie theater and trying to say that's live, and it's really not. So there's all sorts of weird messages that are there, and I don't know.
So What does this look like in like on the platform itself? Does it say like I can't search for premieres or I can't search for reruns? Are they just looped into the games? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
I think they show up as a vodcast. I think, dude, to be perfectly blunt, I'm pretty sure this is just because they've been doing this a lot lately. I think this is just a rebrand of their vodcast system with maybe a few extra tools.
Oh, here it is, right here. Oh god, I just lost it. So it said this in the article. So if everyone has like the little live tags right next to it, where'd it go? There was one that just said rerun in the top left.
Yeah, I actually looking right now. If you there's a streamer I follow called Tamorag.
Oh
and
yeah.
If you look at his stream right now, it says in the top left rerun instead of live.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it loops
Actually,
it in.
Geek and Sundry is doing a rerun right now too.
Oh really?
They're always doing it. So.
Okay, so in the following list, it puts reruns at the bottom, no matter what the viewer count is. At least on mine.
On my follow list, it doesn't.
Really?
No, I have Angry Joe Show, Monster Hunter World, 500 people, Geek and Sundry rerun, 460 people, and then T-Rex, 300 people.
For me, it's
like right there in a row.
It's all live, and then the 2 reruns, Geek and Sundry, and Miss Vixen right below
Weird.
that. So
I wonder why ours is sorting differently.
I don't know. Are you on like the?
I'm under following, and then I'm under channels, and then it says live channels directly under that at the front. Yeah. Then you click more on the top right. Yep.
Oh yeah. Huh. It's sorted differently here than in the tab thing.
Oh
That's
yeah.
kinda weird.
I didn't. Mine's not even extended on the left.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that stuff. The premiere stuff and the rerun stuff is kind of interesting.
My question is this okay? Maybe there's something big I'm not seeing, but is this not going to with the ability to upload like pre-made videos of any kind? Does this mean that the workload for filtering out content is going to be just massive?
Well, here's the thing: you can do everything that they've been saying in the system already.
Right.
Like the vodcast system's been around for a year plus now. And besides,
Right.
they don't even you could just start your stream up and run pre-recorded content in your computer. Like this, it's really like it. I think the big things about it are previous to the last system. I think they let you fire things off, and this is weird when you're talking about Twitch. I mean, this seems counterintuitive just saying it, but I think it lets you fire videos off without being around, so you can like schedule
them. Yeah.
releases. Sorry, hit my board there. And so I think that's kind of thing. And then it also gives you a little bit more tools in maybe like editing the video, chopping it up, like if it's cast or something. But outside of that, I'm pretty sure it's oh, wait a second. You also now, according to the wording on their FAQ on this, is you cannot upload vids anymore without premiering them.
Oh, so it's mandatory?
Whoa. Really? Ugh.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Seems weird.
The-
I don't know, but anyway, yeah, it seems like a rebrand with a few extra features. And it's nothing new outside of normal vodcasting from everything I've seen.
There was some other news last week that I had actually forgotten about. The chat reminded me. There was some shakeups at the top in terms of people that were joining the company and people that were getting different positions. Blah blah blah, which is not too exciting to talk about. But in lieu of that, there was also some other news. That the company Twitch announced a multi-year partnership with Disney Digital Network to bring several top creators to its site. The company also debuted software for all creators that will allow them to broadcast pre-recorded content to their channels. These names are Twitch's deal with Disney will see 4 of the digital network's largest personalities, Jacksepticeye, Luzu Games, Markiplier, and Strawberry17, establishing their own channels on Twitch where they'll broadcast live and create exclusive video on-demand content. So that's like the first... maybe public. It might have already happened. I don't remember. But
It's already
that's
happened.
the first time where Twitch has like signed creators exclusively for probably money, like to come stream on their platform that I know of, which is kind of interesting.
You know what is also unfortunate about this? This is what I call Ubisoft syndrome.
Yeah.
To where
Explain
what
that.
they did with basically their Rainbow Six streamers, their Rainbow Six Siege streamers. where basically there had been people that had been around representing their game every single day for months and years. And it's like, instead of chatting with them, they were like, hey, let's go outside of our network and pay a bunch of those people to come play our game. And in this case, it's come stream on our platform. So it really is kind of unfortunate because now keep in mind, it would probably sound like I'm talking about myself, but I'm not, because I'm not anywhere close to the league of those guys. But when you take someone like Summit or Lyric, like these guys who are sizably larger than me, but on the same par of numbers as you see these people getting paid to do, I can't imagine something like this doesn't sting a little bit. Where it's just like, dude, I've been behind this for years.
Yeah.
And you go outside and buy other streamers to come and basically compete with me. So to get your numbers higher, it's like, it's not, again, I don't put myself in that category, so it doesn't really affect me too much. And I'm more in kind of like a rising tides raises all boats kind of thing, because these are all huge casters. But there's definitely a little bit of that. They're even, no matter how much I want to like push it aside, I feel like there's a little bit of that going on too.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why they even do that, man. We got Snoop Dogg. Like, we don't need nobody else. We got Snoop.
It's true. He didn't even play games. He just sits there.
We got Snoop.
He just smokes a blunt and gets 50,000 viewers and comments on it. He wasn't even playing the game. It's true. It's true. I pulled up the social blade of Markiplier's Twitch on the. So I think that news hit on the 18th ish. On the 18th, it was 530, then 444 the next day, then 912, then 6,000, then 5.5, then 2.6. So I guess that's kind of the bump that that Twitch was looking for. 50,000 views on the 21st for them.
Are you saying views or viewers?
That was followers in the first number, and then views was 50,000 and 15,000 on those 2 days. Granted, I'm not sure. I wonder. I guess I can go pull up his Twinge and look at the actual viewers.
I saw Markiplier streaming the day or two after it was announced, and I was actually really surprised. He only had like 6,000 or 7,000 people watching him. Yeah. I was under the impression it would be like an extra 0 or 2. You know, like I thought these were going to be like huge rock the boat kind of streams, especially for how much money they're paying.
Yeah, he had.
I thought they would be a lot bigger than 6,000 or 7,000 viewers. But then again, maybe it's gonna need some time to get some traction or something.
He started a stream 3.3 thousand, then 5,000. This is an hour, or this is in 15-minute increments. 6,000, peaked out around 6.5, and then started dropping all the way down to about 4.6 when he was playing Cuphead around 5:45. And then on Sunday, he peaked out with They Are Billions around 2K to 2.2K, which is definitely a lot lower than what I agree with what Ko was just saying. Super Fight on yesterday was 18.5. Granted, these streams are an hour and 50 minutes, 2 hours. It's kind of interesting to see YouTubers come over
they got no stamina. Those YouTubers ain't got no stamina.
Well, it's less stamina, but they don't make that content. They're making
not
30-minute videos max.
I was joking.
No, I understand what you're saying, but
there's two important things. There's two important things. One, they don't make live content normally, and actually, it's kind of crazy. I was talking about this on stream. It's very interesting to watch someone who hasn't streamed often but done a lot of YouTube stream.
Oh yeah,
because it becomes very clear very quickly that there's a lot of times where they feel out of their element, and there's definitely times when I've been watching big YouTubers stream where you can tell they did something that they would have edited out. You know, like something like they did or said something that would have been edited out later, but they were just like, oh shit, I'm streaming. Like, oh wait, that got recorded. You know, and it's kind of I definitely heard a YouTuber actually say that where like, oh shit, this is live. Like, but also here's another big thing, and this is another good point about the numbers. Their communities aren't trained for live.
Yeah.
Their communities aren't used to having a time and place to be at to see them. So this could be the kind of thing where it's going to take months maybe until we start seeing these big YouTubers that have millions and millions and millions of followers start seeing those viewers actually translate into viewers on Twitch. Because it's a completely different way to absorb content. It's not on demand, essentially. You're on another person's schedule. So we'll have to see how that works out. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking on their YouTube channel. That, at least in the case of Markiplier, there's no video of him saying, "Hey, I'm live on Twitch." So it's not even like being promoted over there on their like, 16 million. Like this view from, or this video from January 22nd, almost 20,000 shy of 700,000 views on their YouTube. Just to give you an estimation of how big, that's fucking massive. That's a lot of views on a 10-minute video of him just talking. But there's no video saying, "Hey, I'm live on Twitch." And I wonder if that's because it's a contractual deal with YouTube where they literally can't say that on that platform, right? I don't know how that works. It's I don't know. I'll be paying attention to that stuff more. I didn't realize that was a thing already streaming, or that they were already here on Twitch streaming. Definitely be keeping an eye on that stuff to see if they skyrocket, especially if they like jump. Like, imagine if Markiplier on Friday posts a video on his YouTube and says, "Hey, I'm streaming Monster Hunter. Come check me out." Tweets his thing out, does whatever he does on Instagram, like goes to all the different social media platforms. "I'm playing Monster Hunter. This game just came out." And then within 5 minutes is number one in that category just because of his sheer size on all the other platforms. And before that, he's never streamed on Twitch to more than like 10 grand viewers. Like, it could be a real possibility that they could just start dominating game platforms or game categories rather on Twitch very easily. So we'll see if that's what happens. Zeke, you want to talk some indie games? Because I know you've been playing them.
Sure.
What have you been playing?
I'd love to. Where are we starting?
I'll just pull up your past podcast and we'll go from there.
That sounds like a good plan.
Okay. When did you start? Sunday? Is that when you started?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. That's just you talking.
Oh, I know what I started with.
It's like this weird art game.
I started this as a fan-fucking-tastic game. It's called Goro Goa.
Okay.
Gorogoa. Goro Goa. It's a fantastic puzzle. You can kind of see how it works. There's layers to everything. You can zoom in, zoom out, take one layer off, and the under thing changes depending on how zoomed in you are. And it took this guy, apparently it took him like 7 years to make, because it's all hand drawn. Like every single panel, everything is all hand drawn. Took him a long time to make it, and it reminds me of games like Limbo or Black the Fall or Inside, where there's no dialogue, but there's definitely a story going on, and there's emotion and a feeling of I don't know, like a feeling of wonder and discovery that goes along with it. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you take one layer off, and then it becomes something else, and you zoom out, and you're on a completely different panel.
What the?
And you have to make your journey through these things. Yeah.
Yo, this looks nuts.
It's a hell of a journey, man.
How long?
And once you put that
this?
on, it becomes a completely different picture.
What the fuck? How long did you play this?
I played it for 2 hours. It's a relatively short game. It plays in about two to 3 hours, depending on how much how quickly you get like the puzzles, or how much you want to like just
fuck around,
stare at stuff, because there's a lot of shit going on.
Oh, that is so cool with the weight. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. Another game that comes to mind is like Monument Valley, like perspective.
Yeah, but I've never seen it done with the like 2D zoom in stuff. Like Monument Valley was more of like a 3D perspective mind trip. This is much different in that regard.
But don't get hung up on the 7 years, guys. This is a passion project. This is something that this guy, like, I interviewed the guy. He was like, this is something he's been working on. This is obviously isn't the only thing he's fucking like working. He probably had a full-time job and stuff, but this was a passion project for, and his name is, hold on. Jason Roberts. Yeah, A Labor of Love. I just love your guys' face.
Well, I'm just watching to see like what the
No, this is the puzzle I kind of got stuck on the most.
Yeah.
Because they give you clues throughout on how to figure this shit out, but they give it to you so gradually that you forget, like, oh, there was a picture with this in it, and that gave me a clue on how to figure this thing out. Like, you are like at the point where I got stuck for like, I want to say like 15 minutes ish.
Yeah. Can you zoom in
I
anywhere?
remembered something, and I went, oh, and everything makes sense once you get it. It's you remember, like, oh, back in that picture it showed me this, or it had a little like symbol or a little clue, and you're like, fuck yeah, okay. If I would have remembered that, I would have got through this a lot easier or a lot faster and that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool, and the sound design is really light and airy.
Can you zoom in anywhere? How do you determine that? Like
it's determined for you.
Oh, so you just kind of pick and choose or guess almost. See if you can. Okay, it's part of the puzzle, I guess. That's pretty cool. Well, say the name again one more time so people can check it out. Gorogoa,
Gorogoa.
Okay.
It is $15 on Steam, and I will say that's a bit much for experience that's 2 to 3 hours.
Okay,
I understand why.
Yeah,
I understand why it's like that. I understand because he spent a long time fucking making this game,
right?
And he wants to recoup something.
It's alternatively $5 on iOS.
Is it?
It's also on GOG for $14.99, and then it's also on the
Switch
I had
no idea.
for $14.99 as well on the Switch. So multi-platform.
I just staring at my own face. Like, look at that face of concentration. Mouth open, like eyes half masked. Just.
I might play this on the plane. Seems like it might be kind of fun.
Yeah. No, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely like an experience like about as long as Monument Valley is.
I wonder why the iOS version is so much cheaper.
Because they'll sell more.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Huh.
I had no idea it was
right now.
that cheap on iOS. You could totally get this on your iPad and play it just fine.
Yeah. It's number 14 right now in the family section of iTunes. If that means anything. Cool. That's definitely a game I would have never looked at, but I'm glad I'm going to scan or move forward here to see some.
I might not have looked at it either, and it gets much more involved.
Jeez.
Yeah, you realize, like, oh shit, that's a gear. It's not a flower. It's a fucking gear, dude. What goes up? There's another gear somewhere that fits that.
Damn, that's cool. I might grab this on.
I feel like you need to be a Minority Report with all that floating stuff in front of you, and you're just like whipping it back and forth. Pull in, go out.
Yeah.
You go there.
That's rad.
But this, when you get it right, you're like, oh, right, of course.
All right. What was next up? Let me skip forward here. This one, platformer. Real platformer. This actually was super surprising. It's a I Want to Be the fan game. It's called I Want to Be the Cat. Okay.
I Want to Be the Cat, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, my people like it because it looks like Bosch, or I Want to Be the Guy, and you know my history with that shit. And I just got it. I thought I'd play it for like 5 minutes just to give people a little fan service, just watch me like get frustrated. Surprisingly well done with enough new shit in it to keep you wanting to come back.
Huh.
It seems like the levels are procedurally generated. They're kind of random-ish. I'm not sure if they are procedurally generated or you just get random levels, but it was different every time. You get 100 lives and that's it, and you go back to the beginning. Roguelike elements where you move on, you buy upgrades and power-ups and stuff like that. You can buy like a triple jump. You can buy health potions. There's health in this game when you face bosses. Like all spikes kill you in one. Like every natural hazard kills you in one.
Yeah.
But the boss fights, they give you an actual health bar so you can, fight them. But you can buy upgrades and skills and all kinds of stuff. You can buy I bought the triple jump, and I think I got a dash thing that you can take with you once you lose all your 100 lives, and you can, keep going. The other thing about this game that I thought that really surprised me is the music is fucking good. It's like really good music. It's this upbeat, chippy tunes, and it gets in your head. It's pretty infectious, and the controls are awesome. It's not nearly as hard as those games, as the I Want to Be the games. Not nearly as hard. So it's much more user friendly. It's what is it? $7 on Steam.
Nice.
I Want to Be the Cat is the name of it.
Okay. I Want to Be the Cat. $7.
Yeah, challenging roguelike platformer inspired by I Want to Be the Guy fan games. Fight against famous fan game characters turned into cats. Oh, that's right. There's a Mega Man, but it's got a cat head. You fight against Mega Man as a cat.
This guy understands the internet, is what you're telling me. He understands what really makes the internet tick is cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was surprisingly more fun than I expected.
Man, some of those jumps look crazy difficult. Huh. All right. How much was $7 you said?
Yep, $7.
Seems about right.
Yep.
Okay. The next one we already talked about, which was Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire. Yeah, I played that for the last, because I usually play 4 to 5, sometimes even 6 games. I only got through 3 on the first game because the last half of my broadcast was all Slay the Spire.
Yeah,
it was so much fun.
All right.
You said one run took you 4 hours?
Yep.
Wow.
Right on. 4 hours to get to the last thing.
Jump into that. I think I'm going to jump into that later today. 100% now. Confirmed. Thought about it. We're going to do it. I hope next week.
I honestly think you'll really enjoy it.
All right. We'll see. I might get
But I don't know
triggered.
if you'll go back to it.
I might get triggered too much by chat. It seems like the lethal stuff is going to get to me. We'll see.
They might, you might get a little backseated, but
yeah.
Don't worry about it. You know what? Don't listen to any of their advice, because I didn't, and I did fine.
Okay. All right.
They're like, oh my God, why the fuck would you keep your deck so big? It's so dumb. You're never going to get the cards you want. It's like, fucking won, didn't I? Shut up. Yay, this game is called...
What have you done, Zeke? What is this?
Simulacra. 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 And I played this game for 4 hours. It's about a 4-hour experience. It's about you. This is all you see throughout most of the game is just this phone in front of you. You found a stranger's phone, and you're going through it to try and get it back to her. However, shit goes sideways, and you find out there's some sinister fucking shit going on. And if you want to play it, I'm not going to spoil anything, but your phone constantly gets updated. So new videos become available after you've done a certain thing. And you can see your progress by the battery life. Like the battery life goes down as you progress through the story. It's like not on a timer, it's on an event-based thing.
Oh, that's
but you put together pictures, like they're corrupted images, and you have to like put them together like a puzzle to get these images and to progress the story. And you start like chatting with her best friend and her boyfriend and people on it's not called Twitter. I can't remember what it's called on the phone. Like there's like a Tinder app, a Twitter app, a imager app.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, they're all named different. But you go through her phone to try and find out where she is, and eventually you find out something happened. And then you have to find out that. And it was cool, man. It's a neat little journey. Nothing it's all encapsulated within 4 hours. Some of the voice acting is fucking laughably bad. Like,
Oh yeah, like the videos.
era bad.
Okay.
The main character, lady, the person's phone you're trying to get she's okay, but almost every single other person is fucking terrible. Like they're just bad actors.
Okay. Fair
It's
enough.
like, hey, who do we got at who do we got at the community theater? Oh, no one showed up for the audition. What do you do here? You take tickets? You want to be in a game? Okay, come on.
Fair enough. Oh man, that looks good. Let's go back to.
But you get little clues in the pictures too. Like you have to discover like her password for her email
Yeah.
account or whatever, and it says like your pet's name, and you have to go through the phone like, oh, that's right, she had a picture of a cat. I remember the name. Oh, okay, there it is. Like, what is your mother's maiden name? So you go through your contacts, like, oh fuck, it's not there. Oh, where do I find it? You know, that kind of stuff. Cool little puzzle elements that you kind of figure out. For those of you guys who didn't get it the first time, the game is called Simulacra, Simulacra. It's about a 4-hour playthrough. Different endings. You can have different endings depending on the choices you make.
Nice.
I think there's I want to say 5 or 6 different endings. I got the super bad ending when I played through it because my choices were not necessarily, the most moral, perhaps.
Sure. Okay. All right.
The game is $5. $5 on Steam. I'd say it's definitely worth $5.
$1 an hour.
I mean, if
or
you're liking what you see here, $5, four-ish hours.
All right.
Yeah.
I stopped on this thumbnail. Oh, it wasn't the thumbnail that I stopped on. You were applying hands or something. What is this shit?
This is a brand new game from Devolver.
Okay.
Called the Red Strings Club.
Is the music good?
Just came out yesterday or day before. This game has more depth than you think it does. This is only a piece of the game where you are a new android, a new model, and you are working for a corporation to make android modules for living people. And this module will, when installed, I don't know which one it is exactly, but this module, when installed, will make the buyer not care about what people think about him on social media. And you install it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You install it in the
prince.
person?
Yep. You'll see.
Okay, that's person right there.
You walk over there. Are you ready? Install modules. And you just go. The prince is dramatically increase your sex appeal.
Jesus.
And you just kind of shove it in him. And this is only the beginning, taste of the game.
Should I skip
What
ahead
you're
or
seeing
that's
right now, is this person, the person that's walking around and doing all this stuff with the pink collar and the line and that shit. She has walked into a bar and collapsed. And the piano player that works at the bar has android implants, and he jacks into her memory, and that's what you're seeing right now. It's cyberpunk philosophy shit, AI, the difference between becoming too enhanced. Would you give away your pain in order to feel only bliss? And then they ask questions like, well, how would you know bliss if you don't have pain? That kind of shit. It's a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be. The dialogue is really, really cool.
Huh.
If you want to skip ahead just a little bit, the end of this little thing is.
Nope.
It takes this shit. That's the piano player's the guy with the red glass, the red pants on. He's the one who jacked into the android that looked damaged to find out what happened. And the bartender is a information salesman, an information broker. It's deeper than you think. And the dialogue is really thought provoking. If you like cyberpunk stuff or Blade Runner style, how could you tell if someone's like human anymore, or that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Really cool. Way different than I thought it was going to be. It is on sale right now for $12.74, 15% off from $14.99. And it's got that wacky, like,
What's the music
that
like?
weirdness that Devolver is kind of known for.
The Devolver games always have good music. So how's the music in this?
It's good.
It's good. Okay.
This looks really cool,
It's
man.
good.
This went right
It's
on
like
my
it's
radar.
got like in the bar, it has like this piano-y music. Like a real, like, just background piano, like dude noodling around on the piano, kind of real cool.
Oh, you're doing that. I was gonna play. Oh, why am I not getting? Oh, that's why.
I love the old school look, man.
Oh,
It
yeah,
looks
I
like an
love
old school
Yeah.
adventure game.
It kind of feels like that too.
Yeah.
And the pottery making thing, like you saw the thing with the tools and the thing. You actually like spin it. Click on the mouse, spin it on a lathe, and you're like moving the thing to make this pottery thing. And why? Like why? It's
Yeah.
just weird to have that, but it was so satisfying once you got it done.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree with Quintel, like, or
Qtini?
Quintini,
Qtini. Yeah.
whatever he said. Like, this would be a great game for Adam Cole to play for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd love to hear his like thoughts about it.
Should ping him on that for sure.
But yeah, the Red Strings Club is what it's called.
And price was?
Price is $12.74 right now until the 30th of January. Normally $15.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Next one. I think this is called Play With Me.
You always have a tendency to stop on the part that's not actually the game. I found a phone game.
Yeah. Oh, you're
It's
doing
an
like
escape room. You have to. It's like a puzzle it out, escape from this room. But you have a phone, and I played this fucking stupid game to get past this boss.
You're doing
like
what I
half an
like
hour.
to. You're doing what I like to call doing a co. Because this is exactly what he did with Xenoblade. He played that fucking stupid game that means nothing to the actual game.
Hey, now to be fair, I'm considering going pro in Tiger Tiger,
Oh
so I needed a lot of practice. I mean, the circuit is very competitive,
Yeah.
and you really just can't jump into that face first,
Did you beat this phone game, Zeke?
I beat the boss.
Okay.
I actually was kind of hoping that it was like please don't touch anything, where if you play the little mini game at the end, you get like a trophy or an achievement.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like that after I beat the in-game like boss. Nope. It was just pointless.
Huh.
Come to find out, I think in the game description or somewhere like accompanying the game, it says like, there's games on your phone to just help you compete with going insane.
Okay.
What?
Well, I'm gonna.
If you feel like the game is making you a little crazy, play a phone game for a little bit.
We'll choose a random.
But this
point
is not the
then.
game.
This is the game. Here we go.
Yes, this is the game. It's a it's a hunt, object search, move this, find the code, use the rag to wipe off blood to find the code behind the blood, use the bottle filled with like flammable material in the brazier, use the matches to light it, to heat up yourself because the fucking room is getting colder and colder and colder. And you have like a time limit before you freeze to death and shit like that. It's not very like graphically, it's it looks like it's like this, like it's hand drawn and not super specific,
Yeah.
or super like detailed. But it was surprisingly fun, like figuring shit out.
I don't like the
Once
roaches.
you kind of get the feel of it.
I don't like the roaches crawling on the screen effect. That was kind of weird.
Dude, no, I didn't either. It was a fucking like the fly like landed on my phone and I was like, Jesus God.
Yeah, like this right here is what we're referencing.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's on, it's interesting because it contrasts with like the white backgrounds, but when you get it on like the air filter there, it goes away. That's kind of
and
a cool
this-
effect.
This game is not originally in English.
Oh,
And when they speak in English, it's really, really bad.
nice.
The voice acting is horrible and the pronunciations are real funny.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh man, you get like a little dictaphone recording of a lady, and she's like, this just thick accent, like, come and save me. Ah, it's fucking terrible.
All right. Sure.
Yeah, it's Polish. Yeah, it's originally Polish, I think.
Huh. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's a thing.
But I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Nothing really like to say. It's like just escape this room, puzzle game, and go on to the next room and escape that room.
And then I think you wrapped up with some words with friends.
Yep, I did. Use your word. Yep.
What else do you have on your
that
list?
game was called Play With Me. If you guys want to check it out, Play With Me. It's $10 on Steam. I don't know if I'd really recommend it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
What else do you have on your list this week? If you don't want to just shout some names out.
Sure. I have Rumu, R-U-M-U. The House of Da Vinci, which it looks like
Wait, was I looking at that one?
what are those games that the iOS games where you like
the room?
Oh yeah, but they were just called The Room, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, The House of Da Vinci looks like The Room.
Oh, nice.
Yes, this is the one I was looking at. How was it?
Yeah.
We haven't tried it.
I haven't played it yet. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Nice.
Rumu, House of Da Vinci. What else is on the deck here? Endless Inside, 7, The Long Day's Gone.
Good luck with that one.
Emily Was Away 2? Or no, Emily Wants to Play 2.
Oh, God.
Emily Was Away 2 is completely different. Emily Wants to Play 2 just came out in December, and it's a horror game, and I wanted to put that on the list as well.
You should throw My Time at Porsche on there. Play that.
That's another one definitely to check out.
It's $20 early access.
It's supposed to be like 3D Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
The graphics were a little bit much for me, unfortunately.
Didn't you play Genital Jousting, Zeke? Was that you?
I played Genital Jousting at E3 with dildo controllers.
That's what it was.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Classic Devolver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that was so much fun. Like we were all drinking, and they had a board, like a 2x4, with like 4 dildo like joystick controllers that people like you'd set it on your lap, and you'd be like,
Jesus Christ.
like moving your genitals around. It was great.
Another game you should add is Iconoclast. That's the last one I'll recommend. That one's out.
That's another good one.
Yeah. It's supposed to be really good too. It's $20. I'd be interested in hearing you talk about it.
Also, if you feel like a Stardew Valley kick, you should also check out a game called Staxel. Staxel.
Oh, God.
Basically looks like Minecraft Stardew Valley.
I'm basically just adding these to my cart so I can look at them later.
Yeah.
Staxel?
Staxel. Staxel.
Oh, I already have it.
Great.
Boom. Well, cool. Let me just see. There was, what else was there? Oh, there was some, not necessarily news, but there was, ESL sold its, ESL, a esports broadcasting company, sold its rights to Facebook for, I don't know. I don't know if there was ever a money value attached to that, but basically Facebook is the only platform that I think you can watch ESL, especially the Dota stuff going on right now. And I think they had, was it like 2,000 viewers or something yesterday on their platform for like a giant fucking tournament, and it was getting restreamed to Twitch to like 20,000 viewers, and they were DMCAing some of the streams. Apparently, I just think it's funny to see those streams be that bad. Was it 2K or was it 20K, chat? Oh, it was 4 to 5K. Okay. Granted, those streams are usually like in the multiple tens of thousands, if not 100,000 viewer range in the past, I think. So I guess Facebook's not that strong of a platform when it comes to streaming stuff like that. Or they're just starting out. You never know.
Yeah, well, they were thinking about getting into the game a while back, but from what I understand, they didn't really go anywhere. I wonder if they're going to redo their initiative here. I'm kind of surprised they haven't already. I mean, Can you imagine how easy it would be for Facebook to do that? I mean, just add a couple little in-page apps, give their millions and millions of users an option to have one of their favorite active streams on their homepage, and boom, a stream has 100,000+ viewers.
Yeah,
it'd be so easy for them. I'm surprised they haven't done something already.
I don't use Facebook. I feel like people. Yeah, I feel like people our age just don't use Facebook. And so I really wonder if that's an issue with trying to put something like esports, which is marketed to our age group, granted maybe even a little bit younger than our age group, on a platform that just doesn't have that audience to begin with.
Well, the big thing is it's new people, and a lot of the people on there don't even know what Twitch is.
That's true.
So it's the kind of thing where, it's a brand new market that hasn't been exposed to live streaming, and I'm sure, I'm kind of surprised that, well, maybe it's already happening, but I'm surprised Twitch isn't talking to Facebook about doing some kind of partnership where they can kind of get in with each other. It just seems like a lot of wasted marketing between the two that they could sync up on. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's basically a huge, just untapped resource for streaming right now, the Facebook network. So
I feel like
they'll take it somewhere.
I feel like any business conversation with Facebook is just like the money there is just astronomical with how big that company is.
The meeting alone probably cost $1 million.
Yeah. Come out to my 300-foot yacht and we'll talk for 30 seconds. That cost us both $1 billion each.
Is that the platinum or gold-plated yacht? Because they're both so shiny. It's just,
Quick question. I know you probably do this all the time, but have you ever wiped your ass with lobster? It's to die for. If you haven't tried it, I'm sure you probably already have.
They get bronzed lobster though.
That is so 2017. The new thing's caviar. It's a little messier, but the feel is just it's just great.
Jesus.
It's got good butt feel.
It's got good butt feel. It does. It does. Yeah.
There's also some news 4 hours ago for any Dragon Age fans that BioWare are, quote, hard at work on a new Dragon Age game. So
I heard about this, and that was from Mark Dara,
yes,
who is the new project lead, who is now also leading the Anthem project. He actually tweeted about it while he was showing off Anthem to some EA folks in Europe, I think.
Barcelona.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And this is important. Now this is coming from a Dragon Age fan. Mike Laidlaw was harbored a lot of the soul of Dragon Age, and he left the company last year. And also, there are two important things to mention. At one point during the end of last year, Mike Laidlaw tweeted something out about Dragon Age, and a lot of people started freaking out because they were like, cool, Dragon Age 4, awesome, this is going to be great. And he actually had to clarify that he wasn't necessarily talking about Dragon Age 4.
Oh.
What that meant to a lot of people, including me, is it's like, are you going to try to make money off this IP? Like what do we have a Dragon Age mobile game on the way? Like, what do you mean it's not Dragon Age 4? There's not a lot of other things it could be, and it's not that. So I mean, with BioWare basically flailing with Mass Effect Andromeda, I have to admit that it's an unfortunate situation that I am more concerned about Dragon Age 4 or any future Dragon Age project than I am excited.
Yeah.
It's more like it's scary to think, because of how EA just drives IPs into the ground. It's really scary to think that they might ruin Dragon Age. And then let's be honest, a lot of people kind of got lost with the last one. I personally liked it, but the last one was so generalized that it just lost a lot of people. People that played Dragon Age Origins and then Dragon Age Inquisition were like, this is not even the same franchise in a lot of ways, outside of lore. Yeah. And I mean, and so it's gonna be interesting. I mean, of course, I think I speak for most old time fans when it's like, cool, Dragon Age Origins 2 with all the same mechanics except better and deeper. That'd be great. But the chance of us actually seeing that is
it always
in this world.
It always blows my mind that you look at something like Divinity, granted Divinity Original Sin 2, the most recent one, and it does, like, for all my accounts or all my estimates, it does pretty well in terms of selling. And then the bigger game companies, AAA companies, look at that and they're like, nah, that's not going to sell us. That's not going to make enough money. Let's go do this. And then it just bombs horribly. And you start to wonder, like, I just question the decision-making process of a lot of these AAA companies when indie companies are going one route and just making a fuck ton of money, and they're going the same route that they've always been going, or changing up something to be more like for everyone, and it just bombs. It's just kind of crazy.
That is exactly what we were talking about with Day 9, about companies that are just the people making decisions with money instead of that love the games. I mean, look at Mass Effect, dude. Look at Mass Effect Andromeda. That game was a mess because of money.
Yeah.
It failed because it was a mess, and now the IP is dead. It was such a flop that they killed off the Mass Effect franchise. Yeah. So it's like that can happen. And that was a big franchise. That was a large, iconic franchise. Yeah. And it's dead. It's gone. We may never see another one again because of that. Because of money and
Am I the only one who didn't think Andromeda was that bad?
Here's
I liked it.
You're talking to a guy that 100%ed it.
Yeah.
But Mass Effect Andromeda was a decent game. It could have been the best Mass Effect, period. It could have been incredible. It had so many glaring flaws that were completely avoidable. That it's, you know, that and again, the whole reason they have those flaws was because somebody making the decisions at parent company decided to push the game out when the devs were going, it's not done. It's not ready to be released. You can't release it. And they said, cool, you have 3 months to finish it. That's true. Basically what happened. And then it released the way it did, and now the franchise is dead. So yeah. Oof.
That's true.
I mean, I made myself have a sad.
Is that? I feel like we just.
Let me cheer you up. Let me cheer you up, Co. Firefly is never coming back. Oh shit, that's the opposite. Oh damn it.
Uh-oh. Have you watched? Co, have you seen Firefly?
I did the opposite of what I wanted.
Okay, he's making the reaction that he has seen Firefly. Yeah. Anyways.
The worst part is they ruined all the best story arcs in the movie.
The movie wasn't bad though. It just wasn't the show.
No, you know what the worst part is about the Firefly movie? The
Serenity?
Firefly movie was basically the entire story arc that they wanted for multiple seasons of Firefly.
Right.
So it's almost hard to watch. I think it's Serenity, right?
Yeah, Serenity.
Because
I have it.
You see, like, if you watch Serenity and you think about it, like in the terms of TV seasons, you can see the major reveals. You can see the twists and turns, and then it ends, and you just think this would have made such an amazing series. Yeah. Like but they just laid everything out because there's nothing else they could do, and because it was either that or nothing was their choice. Either make the movie or never again. So, oh my God. Raptor Scream says, Teal guys, don't you dare mess with me right now. This is not the time.
Last but not least, we got like 5 minutes. Are either of you interested in Kingdom Come Deliverance? Launches in February.
Time.
You are?
Backer.
Have you? Did you watch? They put out a 17-minute video today on it. Did you take a look at that at all yet?
I haven't seen that yet. No.
It's like
how's it look? Have you watched it?
Here's the inventory. Like it looks kind of crazy.
Cool.
Dude, when you said Kingdom, like I saw it once in chat, and you mentioned it. Kingdom Come
You're thinking about
forever
the
will be
thing?
the comic book to me. Yeah.
I
was like, they're making a game out of the comic book, or they're making another Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
This game looks so cool, man. I've been watching like little snips of dev stuff for a long time, and I really, really hope it turns out being as cool as they want it to be. There's a huge amount of potential in this game.
Well, are they going for like realism in the medieval time? Is that the basis of the game? Because like the taglines that I've seen is like being a nobody is better than saving the day or some shit like that. Is that kind of what they're going for? Where you're just a normal dude? To be honest,
I'm not sure of that direction with the narrative.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that most of the stuff I've been seeing is about like the technical aspects of what they're doing, because that's honestly what worried me the most, because when this came out, they made a lot of very lofty promises about what was coming in this game. And that's actually what attracted me to it originally. I just kind of wanted to see if they could do it. So I've been focusing mostly on the tech stuff, which crazily enough has been developing pretty well. But that being said, I haven't really looked too much into the lore or there's like a module for the single player or anything. I'm not sure how that all works.
Chat's saying that it is supposed to be like medieval realism, which kind of turns me off. Like
It turns you off?
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go play a medieval era game, it needs to have some fucking swords and sorcery in there, because otherwise the medieval times were fucking awful. Like,
just imagine going to the medieval times restaurant.
Yeah.
And instead of like people doing battle and shit, it's like a farmer with like missing a leg, like trying to get the hoe. Like that's what you're watching while you're eating. Like he's trying to plant fucking rutabagas or whatever the fuck they plant. And that's all the show. That's the entire show.
Yeah.
Comes over, starts coughing on your food. I've got the plague, sir. You may want to stand back a bit.
Like, I enjoy. Maybe I'm a little off base with this, but I enjoyed Braveheart as a movie once. But I'm not like, man, I can't wait to watch Braveheart and feel good about life. Like, that movie's a downer, and it's because of pretty much the setting and what happens in it, right? I kind of feel like looking at this game, it's going to be like Braveheart the game-ish. It just kind of looks like a downer across the board. But maybe Ren Fair people. Maybe this is who it's for, is Ren Fair people. The Max,
I don't know, man. Like,
gassy Mexicans
technically,
of the
there's
world.
some very, very cool features in this game. I have a feeling that if you can get over the setting, there's going to be some meat in this one. It could be really cool.
Yeah.
It's doing some stuff other games haven't really even attempted in some ways. So
Yeah.
I'll have to see if it actually does it well.
Yeah, there's like I said, this video is 16 minutes. Oh, here's like a little bit of a quest stuff. Find out what happened with the wagon. And then you're going to do some investigating. I don't know. We'll see. That face looks kind of interesting. This looks like very witchery.
A little bit.
Huh.
Very similar narrative style when presenting dialogue too. The camera.
I thought it was kind of cool. Like I'm watching it like a different like demo video. Like when you put like your mask down, it puts it down. Like it's got like, you know, obstructions.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's part of the tech that Ko's kind of talking about. I don't know. We'll see. I can't believe this game comes out in like 20 days. Wow, you just destroyed that guy.
There's a nice big timer on the top of their website.
Oh, yeah. For launch. Well, I remember when this
19
game
days,
was,
19 hours.
I remember when it was announced, people were definitely like, there's a lot of hype around it. That looks kind of nice. Those forests look really pretty. This is a
Apparently the
compressed
combat
YouTube
is
video.
really fluid and pretty good too.
I don't know. Some of these
Kinda
visuals are
cool.
kind of winning me over. Is he going to jump off and fight this guy? Oh, shit. Here's some of the combat.
See, there's the obstruction. I like that.
Yeah.
All the moves are mocap too, which is pretty cool.
Whoa.
So apparently it looks super realistic.
This is the thing that I really, really like that I think more games need. Besides a few quest givers required for the main narrative, everyone can be killed.
Nice. You're going to do
You
a
can kill anybody besides like, you know, the main quest givers. Like it's like Oblivion. Like when you kill somebody that's like a main quest person, they're like, maybe reload a save because that dude's kind of necessary.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, that comes out mid-Feb. Kingdom Come Deliverance. And that'll do it for our show. It's also coming out on PS4 and Xbox. I didn't know that was console as well. Huh. PC version's probably would look best, so play it on that. Anyways, let's do some shout-outs and call it a show. Zeke, we will start with you, good sir.
Sounds good. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Want to thank Ko and JP, as always, for being the best co-host a guy like me could ask for. Variety streamer, stream noon Pacific, usually every day that I stream. I will not be streaming after this because I'm getting blinds installed in my house to spruce it up and up the resale value. And it's about time it got done. So
Nice.
it was my mom's Christmas present to me as well.
Ooh.
But I will be doing Indie Week, continuing tomorrow at noon Pacific. We'll be doing, if you didn't hear, what's on the plate for you guys to choose from, because every time I stop a game, I put up a straw poll and you get to pick the next game. We got Rumu, The House of Da Vinci, Endless Inside, 7, The Long Day's Gone, and there's a couple of other ones that JP and Co suggested to me that I might throw into the mix. But that's tomorrow at noon Pacific. See you then.
Good stuff. Mr. Co. Carnage, do some shout-outs.
Anyway, as always, like Zeke said, big thank you to Zeke and JP. I really enjoy these shows when we can just basically hang out, us three and you guys, and just basically, well, chill and talk about Twitch and games and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, my name is Ko. I stream every single day starting at 8 a.m. EST, currently on a 1,500 plus day streak of streaming all the time. Good fun. Hope to see you there for it. Currently playing Persona 5. Got an all-day Persona 5 stream coming tomorrow. Monster Hunter on Friday. And Kingdom Come Deliverance next month. A bunch of other games on the plate. Should be a lot of fun. But anyway, every day, twitch.tv/GoCarnage, starting at 8 a.m. EST. Hope to see you there. And as always, thank you for watching.
Next week, I believe it's all but for Maximilian Dude's going to be joining us to talk some Monster Hunter as well as DBZ Fighters, because that's our go-to fighting game guy. When a fighting game comes out, we call Max.
He's a
Always
lot
great
of
having
people's
Max.
go-to fighting game guy for sure.
Oh yeah. I've been watching him play for at least the past week. He had the full game last night and was playing a lot of it. He's finding out stuff about it. It's one of those things where I watch him play a fighting game and I'm like, man, I wish I was actually good and understood what the fuck was happening. Like,
Well, you got to put in the practice, though. It's like any other thing,
right? Yeah,
like you're not willing to put in practice to do that shit. I mean, you could be good if you wanted to fucking like sit there and go, that low punch does this. What else can I do with this low punch for an hour?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think Max, or not only that he's good at the fighting games, but he understands like all the components, how they all work between different games. He can do a combo and be like, oh, that's just like the combo from the fourth Mortal Kombat when you use this character and you did an upward punch into the air and then you did the backflip into the block cancel. And I don't even understand what he's saying half the time, but I love hearing it.
Yeah. So we'll have him on next week.
Cole, I just wanted to mention, like, isn't it great? Do you get the feeling like, I don't have to worry about tomorrow. It's all day Persona.
Yeah. Oh, it's good, man.
You wake up, you're like,
I'm already deciding my waffles. Yeah, I'm pretty much deciding how I can skip lunch and just like stream all day. Like I'm gonna probably
never see my waffle.
Jesus.
Oh man,
what is happening? 2018 is a weird world, you guys, where Co and Zeke are...
Speaking of things to try, I might actually try Yakuza 0 this year too.
Hey, I've heard that's actually really good.
Hounding me to play that.
I've heard it's really good.
I would love for you to give it a try so we can get the Zeke opinion on it, and then maybe I'll dive in.
Yeah,
a good one.
I played it for about 2 hours and was bored out of my mind. But I think the two of you would find it interesting. Yeah, but that's because I'm like, for me, it's like if I'm not playing Path of Exile or a game that style of Path of Exile where it's just grind and get stronger, etc. It's a tough sell for me. So I do know that there are a lot of people that enjoy that game. So. And Yakuza,
Bike Man being the biggest proponent is like
the great spokesman for it.
Yeah. You need to play this.
Yeah, Bike Man loves it.
And then, well, the cool thing is also Yakuza 0 is apparently the first, and they're like remaking the next one, and then there's like they're going to be remaking and coming out with more, and they're kind of like reinvigorating the franchise. So could be a great time to check it out. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I would say do so that I can talk to someone who's played more than 10 minutes like me. And we'll bring Bike on so he can gab about it with the two.
Yeah.
Whoever plays it.
We should totally do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like a show. All right, that's it for Drop Frames. We'll see you guys next week, next Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Bye-bye.